HAS 11 News, First Alert Storm Team Weather Center, here on this February 28th, the last day of February of 2023. It seemed like it just flew right on by, with quite a few record highs this month as well. And we're going to take a look at another record high potential for tomorrow. Storm potential for Kentucky, really not Indiana tomorrow evening. Storm potential for everybody on Friday, and then we'll plan out the weekend. So still some busy weather to talk about here this week, and as we kick off the month of March. So I guess March kind of coming in like a lion for us. Maybe it'll end like a lamb, as the old saying goes. Let me just check audio here. All right, looks like audio is good. And we'll start moving along here. Brandon Hobson, thanks for watching. Happy birthday a week ahead of time to you, in case we don't chat before then. All right, here we go. We'll start off with, we'll go with our main weather headlines, which is record high tomorrow. So what is the record high? It is 77 degrees, set back in 1976. And that's more like second week of May type of temperatures. Few months ahead of time. This winter has been more like an early spring. We have had a top 10, probably top 6 warmest January. We're looking at a top 5 warmest February. And we're going to start off March with a record high, potentially. Our forecast is 77. That's what the record is. Possibly we hit 78. That would be the third Wednesday in a row with record high temperatures in the mid to upper 70s. We just had a record high on Monday. So kind of crazy warm. Everything's budding and blooming out there way ahead of schedule, which is not typically a good thing because we are still within the freeze time frame for the next month and a half. Usually through mid-April, you've got a good chance of getting a frozen morning, which can kill the buds, the leaves, and all that. It was not good for the fruit crops, especially out there. Some of our local vineyards will have to watch out for those early buds. All right, let's go full screen. So our sunset this evening, 6:35. You notice the sunsets are not only later, they are lasting longer. So we still see some light up to about 7 p.m. So in less than 2 weeks, in 12 days, our sunset will be 7:47 because we spring forward an hour. We lose an hour of sleep, get those later sunsets. And then within a month, March 26th, we have 8 p.m. sunsets, but we have to wait a few months, June 1st, to get to those after 9 p.m. summer-like sunsets. So tomorrow begins Severe Weather Awareness Week. Each day we're going to cover a topic and discuss that. Oops, let me go full screen here. There we go. So tomorrow morning with Severe Weather Awareness Week, we've got the Kentucky Tornado Drill at 10:07 a.m. Don't be surprised if you hear the sirens in Kentucky. It's just a reminder to practice your home and maybe business severe weather safety plan. So there you go, 10:07. All right, today the numbers. It wasn't record today, but it was certainly fantastic out there. 64, 12 degrees above our normal high of 52, and 77 is the record set back in 1918 for today. So we are well above normal, but still well below the record high temperature for today. Record low, 9 back in 1888. 48 and 53 right now, just a very light breeze out there, very quiet night tonight, mostly clear sky. Maybe earlier you saw Venus and Jupiter, I believe, kind of lined up right next to each other, on top of each other. So they've had some kind of cool alignments lately. Temperatures, we've got a little spread in temperatures right now. We've got a cool 42 in Scottsburg, Indiana, and then a warmer 54 in Hodgenville and Munfordville, so a little bit warmer to the south at the moment. Okie dokie, here we go. Quiet weather across our area. You can see 2 systems, snow wrapping up in Maine, and then we have another snow system up in the upper Midwest. Not going to have anything to do with us. but we will show you some storm chances tomorrow evening after the record high temperatures. So this is the nighttime, mostly clear start, upper 40s in most spots. Into the afternoon we go. Look at that surge in temperatures to the mid and upper 70s. Again, that would tie the record high for tomorrow's date. And then notice we get this disturbance moving in right near sunset. So a couple of those storms could be on the strong side. It looks like the severe weather threat will stay mainly off to our south. Close enough, we'll watch this activity closely, but I think we're talking heavy downpours, maybe some gusty winds, some rumbles of thunder, but the severe weather threat looks like it'll stay mostly down towards Tennessee. And watch how quickly this just moves on out. So it's gone very quickly. So tomorrow evening, some heavy downpours in Kentucky, mostly dry in southern Indiana. So our Thursday afternoon, a little bit cooler behind that system. We've got 50s and 60s. I think those numbers are a little conservative. I think we'll make it into the lower to mid 60s for Thursday afternoon with a mix of clouds and sunshine. Here comes a warm front. It's going to bring in some scattered showers Thursday evening, Thursday night. Nothing threatening with that. And then here comes the heavier downpours into our early Friday morning. Let's back that up. So this is a 8 o'clock Friday morning. Talking about some gusty winds, 40 to 50 miles per hour, and it has been the winter of winds. We have had, I believe, 7 wind advisories since December. Perhaps that's a record because we don't really keep track of how many wind advisories we've had per season. It's just not a data point that we've really kept track of in the meteorological community. But I would probably say it's near record amount of wind advisories that we've had in a winter season because, again, this has been more like an early spring season instead of winter. So heavy rain here Friday morning. I think our biggest issue Friday is going to be the flooding concern. Could see 2 or 3 inches of rainfall out of this. And look at that, getting heavy into the afternoon. This is right around lunchtime on Friday. We called this setup a conditional severe weather threat. So if we can get enough energy, there could be a few severe thunderstorms. If we don't get much instability in the atmosphere, it doesn't get juicy enough, we don't have that ingredient, and you'll just get some heavy rain and gusty winds, not technically severe. Either way, it's going to be a lousy day. It's going to be windy. It's going to be really wet. Potential for some flooding, potential for not only flash flood warnings, but also more medium and larger size rivers could also start to rise. Maybe even the Ohio is something we need to watch going into the weekend and next week. So that is our Friday. Very, very wet for us. Wet, windy, sums up our Friday. Temperatures will be in the 60s. It'll be a spring-like rain. Storm Prediction Center tomorrow with that little system, mainly in Kentucky that I was talking about. That you can see the severe weather threat not only down towards Tennessee, but really over parts of Mississippi and Arkansas. So it does not look like a significant threat of severe weather for us. Storm Prediction Center doesn't even have us in it at all. Now, we do get rid of all of that mess in time for a cool and quiet weekend. Good news, you got plans to head out to the big Tailspin Ale Fest. It's been growing every year. It's going to be out there at Bowman Field. It's going to be cool and dry from 3 to 7 o'clock for that in the lower 50s and much lighter winds. For tonight, cool and quiet, mostly clear, low temperature 51, outlying areas in the upper 40s, sun up at 7:15. Tomorrow, a partly to mostly sunny sky, 77 ties the record. And our 7-day forecast here for you, we've got 60s. So our rain chances tomorrow evening, mainly in Kentucky, and then we've got scattered showers Thursday evening with a warm front, and then we've got a 100% chance of the heavy rain and the wind on Friday. And then we're quiet through the weekend, nice and dry there. Still nice Monday, and maybe a few showers return at some point next Tuesday. So that is the forecast in a big nutshell right there. So Friday's kind of the big impact day, but also watching for some heavy downpours for like maybe a 2-hour window tomorrow evening, 7, 8 o'clock. All right, we'll talk more about it all coming up in about 36 minutes on WHAS 11, The Night Team with Doug Proffitt and myself and Kent Spencer. Thanks for watching here tonight. Sleep well.